On the ground right here.
I don't give a fuck about your leg. You get the fuck down here on the ground. Get the fuck on the ground. Yeah, you're gonna stop. Put your hands on your back, baby.
Dogs barking, cops screaming, the beatbox king flat on his face in a stranger's backyard like a whole fugitive. But that ain't even the wildest part. A brand new prison flick just hit the net, and SpotemGottem looking like a completely different human being behind them walls. What they did to bro got the whole culture shook. The flick that brought him back from the dead. Yo, the whole internet thought bro was done. Wrapped up, finished. Jacksonville already closed this chapter, threw dirt on it, moved on. Then, February 23rd, 2026 hit, and one single prison photo of Nehemiah Lamar Harden, the one and only SpotemGottem, dropped through Say Cheese TV like a bomb nobody saw coming. And the whole culture had to stop and recalibrate real quick. We ain't talking small numbers either. 2.1 million views on X through our Say Cheese DGTL. Reposts flooding World Star Hip Hop's Facebook. Florida up next. 954 Fast Pitch TV. Trapmatic TV. Poetic Flacco chiming in on X. Every single corner of hip hop media went nuclear at the same exact time. Peep the image. Spot him standing there in blue prison scrubs, arms crossed hard, tats on full display, posted up against a pool mural with an overlay stamped right across, reading, release January 2nd, 2027. No dreads, face looking gaunt, and sitting on top of his head, a white kufi cap. Nah, that detail alone had the comment sections going absolutely crazy.
Whoa, what is it, buddy? Subject, I know you're in there. Put up your hands or you will get bit by canine. This is canine. If I don't see your head, you will get bit.
That audio right there, that's the energy that put this man behind them walls. But hold up, we gonna get to all of that, cause the story of how SpotemGottem ended up rocking them blue scrubs looking like a whole different person is a saga laced with high-speed chases, hidden blickies, jet ski getaways, K9 units barking at sheds, and enough gang drama to fill an entire Netflix season and then some. The comments under that viral flick told you everything about where people's heads was at. He looked like the youngest grandfather. One user wrote straight up. Others came with the bars. Spot him now? Nah, got him locked up. Some showed genuine love. Free him? Lost his prime. Others had zero chill, cracking jokes about what them walls do to a man's whole appearance. And that kufi cap, that sparked its own entire debate. Has SpotemGottem found Islam behind them walls? Is it protection, redemption, or just a fit? Nobody knows for certain. And that mystery right there is exactly what made this flick spread like wildfire across every platform. Alright, let's rewind this whole tape though, because to really understand why this image hit the way it did, you gotta understand who bro was before the cell ever touched him. Born October 19th, 2001, in Bohemia, New York, but raised in Jacksonville, Florida, a city where the body count pushes past 100 every single year, Spotem came up without a pops in the crib. His father allegedly wrapped up in his own constant legal drama. The name itself tells you the whole story. Spot him for how ghost he moved. Got him for that aggressive energy he always carried. By 15, bro was already catching cases left and right. In 2017, he got booked alongside his mans, Chadrick Daniels, for grand theft auto and carrying concealed weapons after they slid off in a stolen whip. Juvenile charges that laid the foundation for every felony that would stack on top later. Them early arrests for assault, firearm possession, and running from the law between 2016 and 2019 built a record that permanently banned him from legally touching any strap. Remember that part. That one detail right there is the thread that ties every single one of his major legal catastrophes together like a chain around his neck.
Who was running while they were trying to get you?
Nah, they really.
But you was driving too fast because you know there's manatees around here, that's why.
Bro really told the cops he was speeding on a jet ski because of manatees. You cannot make this up. But peep, the gang ties are what turned a reckless young spitter into a walking bullseye. His affiliation with YNR, Young and Reckless, and KTA, Kill Them All, two of Duval's most savage crews, put him dead in the crosshairs of ATK, Ace's top killers. The operation run by Youngeen Ace and tied to the late Fulio, who caught 17 shots in a 2024 ambush. Jacksonville's rap scene ain't entertainment, fam. It's a war zone with microphones and Instagram pages keeping score, and SpotemGottem was neck deep in all of it. His musical come up was straight lightning in a bottle. Inspired by Chief Keef's drill blueprint, he dropped Beatbox in 2020 And that joint caught fire through TikTok's Junebug challenge. We talking billions of impressions, remixes with Pooh Shiesty, DaBaby, and NLE Choppa, plus a whole deal with Geffen Records. The entire world was watching bro. Tapes like Final Destination and Most Wanted showed he had real potential to be that guy, but fame ain't pull him out the streets. Nah, it turned the volume all the way up on every threat, every beef, every paranoid night he spent strapped. He survived a 2021 Miami drive-by, caught 2 slugs in the leg while driving. With heavy whispers, it was gang retaliation. And then came the snitching allegations. And that's when the whole operation detonated from the inside out.
Jeremy's fighting who? Now Jeremy's your boys, right? Your side? Who's on your side?
That interrogation footage right there connects straight to the web of affiliations and betrayals that ripped Y&R apart from the inside out. In 2020, during a police raid that turned up poles and pills, SpotemGottem allegedly pointed the finger dead at his day one Y&R Mookie, leading directly to Mookie catching a case and going down. Mookie confirmed it himself from behind bars on a prison call, voice dripping with that pain of betrayal. It happened a while back. My brother snitched on me. Spotem hopped on Instagram Live screaming, "That's my brother." But the streets called cap immediately when old footage surfaced of him, low-key admitting to cooperating, claiming the cops leaked the info. Y&R cut him off with the quickness, death threats and all. ATK affiliates like Spinabenz and YBZ dropped diss tracks exposing him. Unreleased Mookie bars calling bro out started making the rounds everywhere. Even Kodak Black hopped on live laughing about the whole situation, turning what should have been private into a full-blown public execution of his reputation. His own moms raged online after the gang violence talk, dropping what witnesses called deep threats in a heated rant. Then in 2024, out of nowhere, a straight-up racist billboard popped up in Michigan, telling him to go back to Africa, a wild collision of street chaos and outright bigotry that threw yet another insane layer onto an already impossible story.
I just started driving away.
Yeah, but you can't do that, my man. If you didn't do nothing wrong, you just stop it.
If you didn't do nothing wrong, you just stop. Bro, that cop's advice might be the most ironic bar in this entire saga, because SpotemGottem never once stopped running, not a single time. Every encounter with the law turned into a full-blown pursuit, a confrontation, an escape attempt that only stacked more charges and made everything 10 times worse than it ever needed to be. The jet ski situation, that was just the warm-up act for what was really coming. Think about the trajectory for a second. This is a man pulling billions of impressions on TikTok, whose sound was running every club in America, whose name sat on remix tracks with certified platinum artists. And instead of flipping that momentum into generational bread, he was out here flying across open water on an orange jet ski while police boats closed in behind him. The gap between where his career was headed and where his decisions were taking him is one of the most dramatic disconnects in recent rap history, period.
Stop right there, stop right there, stop right there. Stop.
7 times they told bro to stop. 7. And that moment right there, captured on body cam during his 2023 foot chase, perfectly sums up the whole pattern that turned a TikTok king into whatever inmate number he's rocking right now. Let's break down every single incident that paved the road to that prison flick. From choppas to Corvette crashes. June 20th, 2021, Miami Beach. SpotemGottem is riding the fattest wave of his career. Beatbox is running every platform, the Geffen Records bag is secured, and he's got remixes with some of the biggest names in the game. So what does bro do with all that momentum? He allegedly pulls a whole chopper with a green beam on a parking attendant over an $80 fee, smashes through the parking gate, and dips. $80. This man had a record deal, royalty checks hitting, and he put everything on the line over a parking dispute that regular people handle with an annoyed sigh and a card swipe. U.S. Marshals tracked him to an Aventura hotel room, found bro knocked out, sleeping in the bed right next to the rifle. The charges came stacking fast: aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, felon in possession of a firearm, accessory after the fact. He posted $18,500 bond and walked, but the footage went viral immediately. The internet roasted the absolute pettiness of the whole thing. YouTube breakdown videos hit 895K views, comments flooding in with ruined career over $80. But here's the deeper question. Everybody understood, but nobody was saying out loud. Why was bro toting a chopper with a green beam everywhere he went? This wasn't for the gram. This wasn't clout chasing. The answer traces traces straight back to the snitching fallout, the Y&R exile, the death threats that came when his own crew cut him loose, and the constant real threat of ops who saw him as both a traitor and a lick waiting to happen. He wasn't strapped for show. He was strapped because he genuinely believed he wouldn't make it through a single day without it. And the irony cuts deep as a blade. The very pole he kept for protection became the thing that fast-tracked his destruction. A parking beef that any civilian shrugs off became a felony arrest that stacked years onto an already overflowing criminal record. Fast forward exactly 1 year, June 26, 2022, Biscayne Bay, Miami. SpotemGottem gets spotted whipping an orange jet ski through a restricted waterway zone. Police throw up the signal to stop. He doesn't. What happens next is one of the most absurd pursuit sequences in recent rap history. A whole aquatic chase where he's swerving through boats and swimmers, weaving across open water while officers ride behind him. The viral footage became instant meme material. Fans dying writing, "SpotemGottem on a jet ski? Got him." He finally got bagged, charged with felony eluding by boat and reckless operation of a watercraft. Spent the night sitting in a cell. His lawyer made an emotional plea for release in a court appearance, where Spotem pulled up in an orange jumpsuit before a stern-faced judge. The irony of these charges piling on top of a man already facing the chopper case wasn't lost on nobody watching. Every new arrest was just another brick in the wall of a self-destructing career. The pattern was establishing itself with brutal clarity. Fam, SpotemGottem, could not encounter law enforcement without turning it into an action movie. Traffic stops became chases. Chases became crashes. Simple interactions escalated into felony-level catastrophes because the same instincts that kept him breathing on Duval's streets, run first, think never, were absolutely demolishing him in any situation involving badges and blue lights. But the incident that finally sealed the deal, the one that turned a rising Duval spitter into that gaunt figure in the viral prison flick, went down July 18th, 2023, North Miami Beach. Police try a routine traffic stop on a red Corvette. SpotemGottem mashes the gas, leads officers on a high-speed tear through city streets until he wrecks the Vetta, bails on foot, and vanishes into a residential neighborhood. Bro ends up inside a stranger's shed, some random person's backyard storage unit, crouching in pitch black while a K9 unit closes in. The body cam from this arrest, straight cinema.
If I don't see your head, you will get bit. Hey, I see you, sir. You're wearing all black. We're not playing, sir.
We're not playing, sir. Hear that officer's tone? That tells you everything about how this whole encounter was escalating. The K9 is going crazy, flashlights sweeping through cracks in the shed walls, and SpotemGottem, a man whose whole brand was built on being the one you couldn't catch, is cornered in some stranger's tool shed with absolutely nowhere left to go. The TikTok upload of that body cam footage pulled over 61,000 views, comments going wild with SpotemGottem. The No Jumper repost on Instagram and multiple YouTube breakdowns turned a terrifying real-life arrest into viral content consumed by millions who treated it like entertainment. When they searched that Corvette, what they found inside upgraded every single charge to the most serious category possible, a modified Glock 23 with a machine gun conversion switch. For a convicted felon already permanently banned from touching any firearm, getting caught with what federal law classifies as a machine gun is basically a guaranteed ticket to the pen. Charges rain down heavy: firearm possession by a convicted felon, burglary for entering that shed, felony eluding, resisting without violence, and machine gun possession, every single one carrying serious mandatory time. Then a twist surfaced that took this way beyond a standard rapper catches a case headline. Word got out that Dallas Police Department wanted SpotemGottem for info connected to the killing of Reginald Agnew Jr., with investigators reportedly breaking down his lyrics looking for evidence. Using bars as evidence in murder cases is one of the most heated legal battles in hip-hop right now. The court's basically treating artistic expression like a signed confession. Whether Spotem had any real connection to that body remains unclear, but just the association alone added another explosive layer to an already combustible situation.
Get on the ground right here.
I don't give a about your leg. You get the down here on the ground. Get the on the ground. Yeah, you're struggle. Hands on your back.
You heard exactly what that officer said, and peeped that line about his leg. Remember, SpotemGottem caught 2 slugs in his leg during that 2021 drive-by. So when he's crawling out of that shed and cops are screaming at him to eat dirt, bro is dropping onto legs that still carry the physical memory of getting shot. That detail never makes the headlines, but it adds a layer of raw, uncut human pain to the spectacle that most people scrolling past the viral clips will never stop to consider. The hammer came down, 3 years and 8 months in state prison, projected expected release January 2nd, 2027. Court footage and narrated breakdowns claim bro cried after sentencing. Whether that's confirmed or just clickbait is debated, but the weight of a 20-something-year-old rapper watching his prime creative years dissolve behind bars is undeniable, no matter how you spin it. Do the math. He dropped Beatbox at 19. He'll be 25 when he touches back down, if he gets out on schedule. Those years? Those are supposed to be the years where an artist with his level of viral momentum builds a catalog, tours the globe, stacks enough bread to set his whole family straight for life. Instead, those years belong to the Florida Department of Corrections. He walked into that courtroom as SpotemGottem, the viral sensation with billions of streams to his name. He walked out as just another number in a system that don't care how many TikTok challenges carried your song. What comes next? Now put that September 2024 jail flick side by side with the February 2026 photo that just broke the internet. The transformation is wild. The flashy, tatted up drill rapper who once ran billions of TikTok impressions is now standing in a sterile hallway in blue scrubs, kufi on his dome, looking like the system fundamentally rewired everything about him. The Say Cheese TV post alone pulled over 3,000 likes with comments swinging from real sympathy to absolutely savage humor. Didn't he die? Kept popping up. Proof that a big chunk of the internet had already buried bro mentally, assuming he was another casualty of Jacksonville's gang wars. The fact that he's breathing, locked up, and apparently in what the post called good spirits created this strange emotional whiplash the whole culture is still trying to process.
I got it. We're being safe. Come out slowly, you won't get bit, sir.
We're being safe. That officer's words during the shed extraction hit real different when you zoom all the way out and look at the bigger picture. Cause ain't nothing about SpotemGottem's entire trajectory been safe. Not for him, not for the people around him, and not for the culture that put him on a pedestal and then watched him burn. His story is a textbook case study in exactly how Duval's rap and gang machine operates, and the numbers are staggering. Jacksonville pushes past 100 bodies every single year, and the KTA versus ATK war that Spotem was directly tangled in has produced real casualties, most notably Fulio, who caught 17 rounds in a 2024 ambush. These ain't hypothetical threats on the internet. These are real bodies tied to the exact same circles SpotemGottem was running in. The snitching label that torched his name within YNR speaks to one of hip-hop's most savage, unforgiving codes. In a culture where loyalty is the only currency that matters and cooperating with the law is the ultimate sin, catching that rat label is often worse than catching the case itself. Look at Casanova, who publicly renounced his gang ties. The backlash was instant and merciless. Spotem's situation was even messier, because the allegations came from inside his own squad, confirmed by his own day one from behind bars. The internet amplified every angle with zero mercy. The prison calls, the Instagram live denials, the old clips that contradicted those denials, the diss tracks from ops capitalizing on the chaos. Kodak Black hopping on live laughing about the whole thing like it was a comedy special. The culture didn't just watch SpotemGottem fall, it participated in it, shared it, commented on it, screenshotted it, reposted it, and turned every piece of the wreckage into content. And this is where the conversation gets real uncomfortable real fast. SpotemGottem ain't an isolated case, not even close. Pooh Shiesty, who hopped on his own Beatbox remix, is doing federal time right now. Anti-Da Menace caught a whole 10-year sentence for gang-related charges. The pipeline running from poverty to street life to viral fame to prison is so well documented at this point, it don't even feel like individual failures no more. It's a whole systemic conveyor belt designed to produce this exact outcome on repeat. Young cats from hoods where gunfire is the evening soundtrack discover they can spit about their reality with raw authenticity, blow up overnight through algorithmic luck, sign deals that look life-changing on paper, but come with advances that barely cover the legal fees, and then get swallowed whole by the same environment the music was supposed to save them from. The labels eat off the streams. The platforms eat off the engagement. The blog pages reposting mugshots and prison flicks eat off the clicks and the ad checks. The commentary channels eat off the breakdowns and reaction content. And the artist, the actual human being in the center of the whole storm, the one whose lived pain fuels the machine, ends up standing in blue scrubs in front of a painted pool mural in a Florida State Correctional Facility, looking a decade older than he really is, with a release date stamped across his image like a countdown timer on somebody else's content calendar. The legal dimension drops another layer that should have every rapper paying close attention. The fact that Dallas PD reportedly wanted to use SpotemGottem's own bars in connection with a murder investigation feeds straight into the nationwide debate about whether rap lyrics should be admissible as evidence in criminal proceedings. This ain't theoretical. theoretical. It's happening in courtrooms across America right now. Hip-hop evolved from NWA's era of using music as raw social protest to a reality where the art form itself gets weaponized against the artist who created it. Prosecutors take bars written for expression, for catharsis, for storytelling, and present them to juries as literal confessions. Multiple states have pushed rap on trial legislation trying to check this, recognizing the blatant double standard, but the legal system at large keeps treating hip-hop lyrics as admissible evidence in ways no other art form in America faces. A novelist who writes a detailed murder scene don't get investigated for homicide. A filmmaker depicting graphic violence don't get subpoenaed. A country singer referencing shooting somebody who wronged them don't get hauled into a precinct for questioning. But a rapper narrating street life in his music, doing exactly what the genre was built to do from day one, becomes fair game. SpotemGottem's case sits dead at that dangerous intersection where creative expression meets criminal liability, and the implications run way deeper than one man's problems. So what happens January 2nd, 2027? That's the date stamped on the overlay of the viral photo, the projected release. Prior jail posts showed bro vowing a comeback, and hip-hop always loved a redemption arc. Gucci Mane came home from the pen and built an empire bigger than anything he had before the cell. Meek Mill turned incarceration into criminal justice activism and stepped out more respected than ever. But Spotem's situation carries complications that neither Gucci nor Meek ever had to navigate. His own squad disowned him over snitching allegations corroborated by a prison phone call from the very man he allegedly told on. That label follows you forever in this culture. Ain't no statute of limitations on being called a rat. Duval's feuds haven't cooled. If anything, Fulio's death escalated tensions to a boiling point where stepping back into that city as a known figure with ops on multiple sides is a genuinely dangerous move. He'll be re-entering a musical landscape that already moved on entirely, where new Jacksonville artists filled whatever lane he left empty, where the TikTok algorithm that once made beatbox a cultural phenomenon now burns through trends every 72 hours and forgets yesterday's hits without a second thought. The question ain't just whether SpotemGottem can make music again, it's whether the whole infrastructure that once held him up even exists anymore. That photo going viral this week ain't just a prison snapshot, it's a timestamp on a generation's worth of wasted potential, systemic failure, and cultural complicity. The same internet that made SpotemGottem famous is now turning his incarceration into content, sharing the flick, cracking jokes, debating his faith, speculating on his future, all while scrolling to the next post within seconds. Comments under 954 Fast Pitch TV's post and Trapmatic TV's repost range from free him to ruthless jokes about his appearance. The full spectrum of how the internet processes human suffering in real time. This the story right here, y'all. A kid from Duval who wanted to be the next big thing out of Florida, who got his shot through a viral drill record the entire world couldn't stop playing, who couldn't outrun the streets no matter how fast the Corvette went, how far the jet ski took him, or how deep he crouched in that stranger's shed in the pitch black. The footage making rounds right now is hitting different in 2026 because the whole context shifted. We ain't watching a rising star's mistakes unfold in real time no more. We watching the aftermath. We watching what the system spits out when it takes a 24-year-old with generational viral talent and grinds him down to a gaunt figure in blue scrubs standing in front of a painted mural that mocks the very freedom he don't have. January 2nd, 2027 is circled on the calendar. The clock is ticking loud, and in less than a year, the entire culture gonna find out whether there's anything left of SpotemGottem worth rebuilding, or whether the streets, the system, and the internet already ate every piece of what bro could have become. If you rocked with this all the way, click on any of the cards on your screen.